had been experiencing a pretty intense wobble. Alright, so I just opened all of my solar stuff from Victron, and here's my cute little charge controller. Good morning, everybody. I am on my way to the shop. Last week, I cannot remember why why did we bring Togo in? It is totally escaping me. Why did I bring my car in? I had been experiencing a pretty intense wobble while driving. So I brought Togo into the shop. Turns out one of the back tires was really worn. They thought it was some sort of like heat damage, creating the rocking. So I replaced that tire, rotated the other ones. That was about $500. And then they did a deeper inspection of the van, which I really appreciated, and they said that I did have a leak in my radiator and that I need a new one at some point soon. I got the tires figured out, and then I was meeting some friends out in Quartzsite, so I was with some of my friends this weekend, and now it's Monday morning. And I'm headed back to that same shop because they were able to order the radiator and move some things around and fit me in for Monday morning, which is incredible. That shop is the best shop I've ever been to. They are so kind. They really took care of me. I was there all day on Friday, and they bought me lunch, and they were like, "You're a part of the team now. You're here with us all day." And it was just really sweet. So I wanted to go back to them. You know, when you're on the road, you don't have your own mechanic that you can just like love and trust. So finding a really awesome shop is like one of the best things when you do have issues with your vehicle. So that's where I'm headed right now. The hope is that Akela and I can get in and get out. I think the repair is going to take about 5 hours, but we have plenty of work to do in the shop. Yeah, and then I don't know, and then we'll see what I do next with my life. So right now, just taking care of getting a new radiator. For those of you that are unfamiliar, that's going to cost about $1,500. So all in all, this like set of repairs and maintenance is about $2,000. That's just the way it goes though. All right, Akela is ready to go, and I am also ready to go. So we're gonna hit the road, be there for about 9:30ish. I'm about 5 minutes away from the shop and I'm stopping to get all of the guys' donuts. They were just so great. All right.
Oh, no, we don't want you to do that. We'll do everything we can to help you avoid that, okay? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll call you the next.
All right, thank you so much.
I'm making this as a gift for my friend. It's nice to have forced downtime.
And the RO is still here from last time.
They just told me that they're all done. Togo's parked right out there, so I need to pay. It is 3:30, so I've been here for 6 hours.
I will would you want to hear all this?
Worked on this the whole time.
Okay.
It's not even close to being done. All right, I need to back up. Before I share any other adventures from this week, I want to take a moment and thank Vagajobs for sponsoring today's video. Probably the most common question that I get asked is, how do you make money on the road? I want to talk about one of the best ways and one of the most popular ways to live on the road full time and travel a lot, and that is seasonal work. I know multiple people that have used Vagajobs to find seasonal work, and let me just tell you a little bit about where they've been. I'm talking about everything from ski resorts to many different national parks like Yosemite, Yellowstone, Kenai Fjords National Park, In fact, one of my friends is in the Caribbean right now working over the winter. The beautiful thing about seasonal work is that you're in one area experiencing and exploring and working, saving up money, and then the time between jobs you can kind of plan out however many weeks or months you want and just go off and travel and not worry about working until you find your next gig. Which is why VagJobs is such an incredible resource, because with that single profile that you create on vagjobs.com, you can one-click apply to hundreds of jobs on the site, which will save you time and energy and just allow you to go travel even more. I feel so lucky to have VagJobs be sponsoring one of these videos and to take part in some of their growth and sharing them with you. I genuinely love the team, I love their mission, I love what they're doing, and it's been really neat to see how they've created this whole thing with the employee's best interest in mind. With that all being said, I'm going to link VagJobs below. I'll put it here on the screen and make sure that you check them out. Even just go ahead and search all of their seasonal jobs that are available. I promise you will not be disappointed. I'm still in Phoenix. I just pulled into AAA bus, which might sound confusing considering I just left the mechanics and now I'm at a bus mechanics place and I don't even have a bus. That's a long story. I'm not gonna get into it. Since I just spent $2,000 on Togo so that he feels better and so that I can get to the Midwest safely, I think I'm just gonna keep this theme rolling. I have a new charge controller and a DC to DC charger, and this is one of the ways that I'm hoping to troubleshoot some of the stuff that's happening with my solar. If you've been here for a while, you know that my solar's just kind of been weird, and I really like to fix that, especially before some upcoming trips and especially before hunting this fall. Really need to get that dialed in and changing some of these. Are you happy? Are you happy? I know. Basically, Akela and I are just gonna be hanging out for the night. Maybe I'll look up how to install a DC to DC charger. So, alrighty. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. I am about to make some coffee. Basically the last few days I've just spent finishing that wood burning project that took me many hours to finish, and working on figuring out some of my podcasting stuff. As you guys know, I started a little podcast / extra YouTube video and learning the process of setting up a mic and capturing audio and editing that within it. Yeah, it's just been a trip, and it's been really frustrating because as I'm taking on more work and needing to do more things with my computer, it has really been struggling. So this morning I'm going to open up my brand new MacBook Pro. It was time for an upgrade and I just made the jump. I'm going to start my morning, as I always do, by making coffee, having some chill time, and then moving into the rest of the day. Well, everybody, no more delayed Sunday vlogs or Wednesday podcasts, because now I have the power to do everything I need. Oh. I'd say I used to feel pretty negative about technology, and sometimes I still do, or sometimes I know that I need periods of time without it, but I overall am so grateful for what it allows us to do, how it allows us to connect, and the opportunities to live a different lifestyle compared to what we were able to in the past. Good girl. One more. All done. I'm done. I'm done. Good girl. I'm sorry I woke you up. I'm sorry. Well, heading out. Everything is done that needs to be done here, so I guess solar installs will have to wait till tomorrow. I gotta clean up and get ready to drive an hour north. I need to go to a gas station and fill up. I'm gonna head an hour north to some BLM land that I'm very familiar with. Hang out there, get my solar completely figured out, and then I leave the West for a while. So these are my last few days in the desert. I feel really lucky to be able to fully experience this phase of life that I'm in right now. The last month or so and moving into the spring has been different in a few ways. It feels like there's a lot going on. We're preparing for the build. I've been making adjustments to the van. I've needed to be a bit more connected, meaning I've stayed closer to cities, and I've had less solitude in the middle of nowhere. I'm not saying this to express that this time in life is any less. It is simply different, and because I know that this summer is going to be a lot of nature time, a lot of backcountry time, knowing that that's all coming up has allowed me to really embrace this time and really enjoy the things that I'm working towards, the people that I'm connecting with, and all of the progress that's being made in multiple facets of life. I learned a long time ago that expecting life to be very consistent and feel the same and have a rigid outlook on how it should be often results in some sort of disappointment or internal struggle. So now I work on looking forward to the things that I'm currently doing while also keeping in mind that in a few months things might change. Because there truly is beauty in all of it. Alright, so I just opened all of my solar stuff from Victron, and here's my cute little charge controller. This is really straightforward with positive and negative battery and then positive and negative solar panels, so that'll be essentially the same thing that I did last time with my old charge controller. Very easy, very straightforward. The thing that's confusing me though is this DC to DC charger. I think that I'm gonna have to hold off on installing this because basically I have an in, a ground, and an out. But I don't have any grounds with my solar system. Nothing is grounded in my chassis, which means that this non-isolated might not work and I might need the isolated. But I don't know. I'm waiting on a call from Kaylin right now from Battleborn. I'm also heading to Kansas pretty soon, so I'll be around some very intelligent people that know a lot more about this than I do. So I think I'm gonna wait on this until I get a second opinion because I don't want to mess anything up. Just disconnected solar panels. Now I'm gonna do battery and then take this thing off of here. Boom. Old charge controller gone. I should see if somebody wants this actually. I'm gonna save this. Alright, now I need a flathead. I'm going to connect the batteries first and then the solar panels. I've said this a bajillion times on my channel, but having your solar panels connected to a charge controller without this being connected to a battery, without that energy being able to transfer into a battery, can fry the shit out of your charge controller. It feels really great to have that new charge controller in, and the fact that my display really matches up with what makes sense to be happening within my solar system. I do want to say that even though I'm doing my own system and I love learning about this stuff and troubleshooting and really have a deep understanding of what is going on within my home, that doesn't mean that you have to. I think it's really important while dealing with conversions like this or living in a mobile house like this or a home on wheels that you are just overall comfortable with what you decide. I'm hoping that by sharing all of this and kind of sharing my process through it in a really realistic way, that it encourages you to try things and try learning things or doing it yourself if you want to, but that it doesn't place the expectation that you have to, because you truly do not. It's just simply what I've decided to do. So what is next? Well, Akela and I are going to be here throughout the rest of this evening and then tomorrow. After that, we are officially leaving the Western United States. And as I'm sure you guys know, this is kind of hard for me because I love the desert. It is my home, but I am going to my other home. So I'm slowly going to be making my way across the Midwest and up into Wisconsin for the trailer build with Noah. But overall, I'm so excited to be with family. I'm really excited to do a few other activities in the Midwest while I'm there. And of course, I'm excited to share all of it with you guys. So I'm going to grab my fancy new computer and sit down and start editing and working on all of the things that need to happen before Akela and I get on the road for 2 long days of driving. And Akela and I will see you next week.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just